Good morning. Today is the third Sunday of Lent. Recently, I had to study for a driving test. And as you know, part of the test is the ability to recognize signs. What's the square sign? What's the triangle? All those different kinds of signs that you need to know to pass the test. In the gospel today, we see that word signs several times. Jesus comes into the temple and he sees all this money being exchanged and these animals, and Jesus says, no, this is not right. This is not what God's temple is supposed to be. And Jesus gets a whip and he's whipping and tables are being tossed over and the money's going everywhere. And the leaders say, what are you doing? And Jesus says, this is God's house. What are you doing? And the leaders say, what sign do you have that you can do this? And Jesus says, well, the sign is my life. I am God's temple. And even if you destroy this temple, the sign will be what? My resurrection. And the leaders, they really don't understand that. But St. Paul, in the second reading today, he makes a point to help us kind of now. St. Paul says when he went around preaching, he would preach Jesus crucified. And in the reading today, St. Paul says, for Jewish people, the cross is a scandal, it's shameful. For Greeks, it doesn't make sense. For people who were Jewish, they had seen other people crucified because of the Romans. So when a person was Jewish, when he thought about the cross, it was something shameful. It was terrible. It wasn't a sign of power or glory. For Greek people who were very philosophical and used their minds, they thought, God on a cross? That's foolish. But St. Paul says, yeah, but for people who truly believe, that cross is the reminder of how much God loves us. And so when we read the first reading today, we call what was put down there the story of the 10 Commandments. And we can think about the 10 Commandments as, oh my gosh, I have to follow 10 Commandments, I have to follow those rules. But if we really believe God's love for us, then those are not strict, demanding rules. Instead, they're ways that remind us of how we should be a sign to other people, a sign to the world that we believe in God and His way. The 10 Commandments are a way of living God's will. They're not the only way, they're one way. But more than that, we have to live with charity, with forgiveness, with love. And that way of living is our sign that Jesus Christ is truly God's Son.